Guess what day it is? I will show you. Wait. The one where Maggie goes to badminton. In 2018, while recovering from a bimalleolar fracture that left me unable to walk for 3 months, I found Maggie, a beautiful, just-backed, rising 4-year-old liver chestnut mare who I fell in love with. My sensible search for an experienced competition horse was thrown out the window. Our journey has been filled with challenges, from COVID lockdowns to a life-threatening condition requiring emergency surgery for Maggie. Despite these hurdles, we've qualified for the Grassroots regional finals for 4 years running, finally getting to compete at them last year and qualifying. Now we're heading to the Badminton Grassroots Championships, and I am determined to give Maggie the best possible experience. Join us for the journey. Welcome to Maggie's Badminton Diaries. Right, it's 7:30 and we're about ready to load.
Almost.
I've got this little munchkin with me, but you're not able to come with, are you? So
going.
At least we got to have a catch up
Yeah.
last night and everything. And you've been able to see Maggie, who's being very calm.
We had 3 hours sleep.
We did.
We may have gone to bed at 2. We may have gone off at 5.
Everything else had to come first before I did packing. I had to get finished. So, and then I was packing and I kept poor Amber up. So you're a very good friend. You've helped me get the ponies on this morning.
We're about to do the send off.
Oh, little send off. Maggie's looking all smart in a new travel get-up. Oh, we need to change your head colour, pretty girl. She says there's lots of stuff in the other petition. Looking beautiful.
Do you know what the little oranges are?
I can look in there.
Pass. We've lost the keys, guys. We've lost the keys. There's no saddles going in.
Just realised Mum's left her phone in the barn, so at least we've realised that while we're on the drive, and I can just walk back to fetch it. But yeah, hoping I've not forgotten anything else. Praying. I've been really organised. Did have to put saddles in this morning. That was an important one to remember.
Bye!
I got the phone and I decided to grab fluffies while I was at it.
Tell me your mother forgot something without telling me your mother forgot something.
Whoopsie. Thanks for that.
Good luck, Maggie. Be a good girl.
We are here. So I've left Maggie on the lorry, grabbed a bike off because we're way up there over by the Dressage Warmup, and I'm just taking her passport to go and claim a stable, hopefully an end one, because she does get a little bit cross with horses next door. So ideally 1 horse next door rather than 2, 1 on each side would be better, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, we've got our stable, block C, number 61. That was easy. This is Maggie's home for the week. I think she'll quite like that. She may not like the bin banging. I wonder if we just shift that. She's got some nice grass she can eat down in here. But we are very much on our own in this barn, so I'm not going to bring her in yet because she'll get stressed being by herself. I'll let it load up with some more horses. Look at the view. Much less muddy than last year, which is nice. Yeah, so I'm going to go to the loo because it's taken us about 4 hours to get here. And then we'll hand Grace Maggie and start getting set up, I think. We're here dead early. It is 12:10, so we've managed to get here much earlier than last year. So we've got a bit more time to sort stuff out. But I do want to go for a course walk with Yogi Bryson at 3, so there's not loads of time. This is the way to the lorry. It's the bright blue one over there. This is the life. Big thanks to EcoVox for lending me a second bike because I can get. I was very briefly cut off there because what I was saying was a big thank you to EcoVox for lending me a second bike so Mum and I could ride at the same time. And then I regretted my words the moment they came out my mouth because my mother very, very nearly crashed straight into us. So, yeah, my video cut off because I was busy steering away from the collision. Okay, you were the hazard.
That's nothing new.
Okay, going well. Maggie is doing lawnmower duty and eating down our area. Also, her stable's empty, so I don't want her going in by herself. Don't want her getting stressed. Loaded the bike up with her stable box, getting the back unloaded. Got a thingy on my back. I'm gonna go take these to the yard. Whoa! God. So we figured out the way to travel around here by Uber bike. It is gazebo time. Good luck to everybody riding their ponies because we're all setting up around here. So they're very bomb-proof, if that's the case. Right, third time with this. How quick can we do it? That's the question.
I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me.
Right then, the gazebo is up. You'll be able to hear from the wind because I've not brought any mics to where I am now. Very windy. It did nearly fly away at one point, but luckily our lovely neighbours came and thankfully saved us and held a corner each while we got to pins down. So I'm now dashing across to the cross country because I want to do the guiding course with Yogi Bryson. This is the warm-up. It makes me laugh that we have such a technical course, because it is technical for the level, always is, it's championship, and all there is to warm up over is just 2 fairly simple jumps, and they're not even that big. best ground care you can possibly expect. They are doing some real hard work on it, which is great. Look after Maggie's precious legsies. That's so cool. Oh guys, I've been useless. I've not checked in for ages. I feel like I've been coming and meeting myself back in the middle, but while I have been gone, I have been out for a hike on Maggie. She was a very good girl. I don't know if I've shown you the setup. It's very, very handy for taking everything where we need and speeding things along, which is great. It's one, saving our legs, and two, making stuff quicker, which after today is absolutely necessary because it's just been an absolute whirlwind of a day, and trying to fit it all in has been challenging to say the least. But we have also had another addition to camp. Look at this amazing box. So I'll show you, I'll do a proper tour soon, but wowzers, look at it, incredible. So yeah, like I say, been for a hack, taken delivery of the incredible van. That is going to be my sleeping accommodation, which I'm so grateful for because I think I will freeze in the back of the lorry. Otherwise it's so chilly, I need to add more layers already. But yeah, and the setup of bike and trailer, which has been very kindly lent to me for the duration of badminton. Like, I could not manage without it now. It's made life so much easier, and I'm going to be really sad when I go back to just being on foot because it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, we're about to go off and do a little course walk. My H has just arrived back. We've got camp set up, but like I say, I'll do a tour probably in the morning, and yeah, let's go see the course. Guys, we are just out on bikes. Mum's over in the distance there doing our first look at the course, and I hope it goes well because I'm so excited. This is a mega course. We literally, on this stretch behind me, gallop alongside the 5-star course straight towards the house, and there's just so many really cool combinations. They're hard, don't get me wrong, they're not easy combinations, but they're so cool. Like, you don't get this anywhere else at this level. You have to be jumping 130, like 120, sorry, doing intermediate and novice and 2-star to get anything like this sort of level of technicality and coolness. So I really hope that she sort of is game, but we'll see how we go. But it looks such a cool course, and I think she's going to love jumping around it. Anyway, my mother's waving me over because she wants to go look at the corners. I'm going to show you the proper course in the morning, I think. Yeah, I'm on foot having a proper look. I'm going to mic up and talk you around it, I've decided, so Jade can come and film me. For that, she can draw the short straw, but it's so beautiful and so amazing. Anyway, I'm going to carry on having a lovely evening in the sunshine. What's your views on it, Mother H?
You've got me.
I've got it. So the fence that you've been telling me all winter that I was going to have to go long route at.
You don't want to go long route?
Because it's a long way round, I've got to jump that. Yeah, I've spotted that. Oh, we'll be fine.
Yeah, perfect.
Hey! Woo, woo, woo! I'm sorry, but I can't not give you the sneak peek. Look at the house. Oh, look at my jump as well. And then look at the house. How cool is that? Oh, this is so cool. I hope we have a good ride round. So cool. So cool. So cool. My mother's left me behind because I'm being a nerd. So I'm going to have to pedal really fast to catch up with her. But this is so cool. This is Maggie now. She is happy bunny, aren't you? Just got her door open and a chain. So I'm sorting her stable now because we let her just come in and eat what she wanted to eat. So now I'm going to put her bed down. I've cleared it out. She's not eaten much hay, but then she's had loads of grass to eat in here, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to give her some haylage for after her dinner. Yeah, she seems good. She seems good. Apparently she's already tried to savage horse that walked too close to her as it went by. So she's asserting her authority. So everybody now knows to give you a wide berth, don't they? Good girl. She says, "Hi guys." But yeah, she was great to hack. The course is making me feel very excited, and yeah, I'm just sorting out last jobs and then in for some dinner, and then of course we'll do a late check. She's just got a medium weight rug on at the moment and she feels really toasty. It's really bitter and cold out there, but out of the wind it's not so bad. All done. She's got her dinner. I will be checking on her later. Had a quick catch up as well with Tina and Emily, so Life on the Left Rein and EMD Eventing, and Susie as well. So they all seem in fine spirits and very nice of them to stop and chat. I am now heading back to the lorry for dinner because we have lasagna, garlic bread and salad, and to be perfectly honest, I have had some grapes and a cookie all day because that's how busy it's been. So I'm sorry I've probably not captured a huge amount. I will promise to do better tomorrow. But overall, really fabulous day. I just feel so grateful to be here. It's been lovely. And even look at that sky behind us. Pretty amazing. Lucky girly. And Maggie's feeling great, which is fab. Denise. Coke in a wine glass, hot chocolate, cross country, Mama's Denise, wine in a wine glass. Good evening. Late check's done. Good girl. See you in the morning. Love you. Night night. Sleep tight. Don't let bed bugs bite. Morning, Badminton. With a little pair of cute little doggies. We are saying good morning to the world. I'm just walking the doggies. I think it's just turned 6 a.m. I still have a runny nose, so I'm going to go take another hay fever tablet. I don't quite know what's going on with the situation, but it's hit me. Yesterday I had to spend most of the day in sunglasses because my eyes would not stop streaming, and they've at least stopped, and the wind has stopped, so hopefully it's going to be a little bit nicer today, which would be lovely. The sky is beautiful. All the lorries behind me. We're near the dressage arenas, just giving the doggies a little walkie, and yeah, exciting. My dressage isn't till 2:48 today, so we've got some time. I want to do a course walk for you guys, and I'll get the mic on and chat you through my thoughts on it. I have only been round, quick speed round on the bike. I did try to do the Yogi Bryson course walk yesterday, but I had the van coming to be delivered, and it was just very busy, so I couldn't walk the lines I wanted to. So I'm excited to listen to what he had to say on the app and go and have a proper walk. This morning I need to give Maggie a little workout and get her stable sorted, and yeah, then I'll be getting on about 2:10 if I give her a workout this morning. 2:10 to do the proper job and see how we go. So all very exciting. It's quite chilly, but not as chilly as yesterday, I don't think, especially without the wind. That's much better. The arenas look great. I'm going to go visualise where I need to be. Super helpful that they've put flowers up on the 3/4 lines. That's really, really helpful for my 15-metre circles, which is great. So I'm going to go and sort of visualise where I need to ride to make sure I'm accurate. And yeah, I'm sure I will catch you soon. It's time to go feed Maxie. I do still have my PJs on. No one can see them under my big coat. morning, pretty girl. Maxie says, good morning, Will. She looks very bright. Right, now, I have got to give you, good girl, a quarter dose of omeprazole, which is competition legal, but the vets have just suggested that she goes on it as a preventative quarter dose. So normally they'd have a whole tube, but I'll just give her a quarter. I'll leave this little green thing here. And that is preventative for horses when they go into a stressful situation, such as a stay away from her friends and family. Good girl. She does have her out. She likes how soft it is. Right, I'll crack on. She has just seen her breakfast, so she's like, come on, Mum, feed me. She's got her Arizona on just for an additional therapy to make her feel good. Having her breakfast. Now I'm on looking out duty. The breakfast of champions.
Not quite.
It is, definitely. Well, this is because you've got Curiously Cinnamon. I have Cocoa Pops. That makes it the breakfast of champions. Good boys. Good girl. So we had a quick morning schooling session. We just went in the dressage warm-up, and as you can see, Maggie was feeling and looking absolutely fantastic. So I didn't do a huge amount. I just wanted to do enough for like a bit of a pre-warm-up, run through some of the moves in our test, make sure she was feeling supple and that she'd been stretching over her back and through her body, make sure that her paces were going uphill, so she was really stepping through from behind, and make sure that she was sort of just listening to my aids and really relaxed in the atmosphere. And I felt like she instantly was. She was true professional, really cracking on with the job, and we were then doing just more transitions like on and backs and the likes. They were helping us to get her keep stepping through, and once she'd done sort of probably 15 minutes working properly and sort of uphill and checked that we had everything that we needed, I then went on to just giving her a nice stretch off and making sure that it was a nice time before she went for more hand grazing and another chill out in her stable, just as preparation before our test in the afternoon. So we are currently doing what Jade has brought to the party, which is tons. So we've got all of this.
And this. This is
cake.
what happens when you deal with a Greek. Literally, I was up last night making potato salad because, well, one cannot come to the party without all the food.
Without potato salad specifically. Cucumber, as requested.
Hummus. Because, well, you never know.
We are literally rolling out of badminton at this stage.
I got myself some
Yes.
burgers and some plastic cheese.
Yeah.
Because, well, shits and giggles, everyone needs plastic cheese. Some sausage rolls that are vegan. And then I got you and your sister mushrooms, stuffed peppers. Blimey. Still going. And then I got some higgledy-piggledy caramelised cheddar. These are banging.
Oh.
Fantastic. You'll have a great time with those. And then also some halloumi, just in case.
Just in case.
We got tons of halloumi.
I know.
We love halloumi.
I know you said that
We
you
love-
had halloumi.
But we love halloumi.
But I was like, just in case.
Okay, so normally I do such an informal tour, but we've got Jade behind the camera doing camera lady duty. So you're getting a proper camp tour, okay? So we have mother's sleeping accommodation, the living area, food for days upstairs, up in these shelving units. We've had the table out because we've been eating on it. Got Jenny on, so we're charging the bike batteries at the moment. In there is just the bathroom, so loo for overnight, and then we're going into the horse area, which has been totally transformed since Maggie was in here. Quite cluttered, but a bit of a changing area. And then in between, we've got here Maggie's feed zone, which is just down in there, so I can make all of her feeds nice and easily, and it just tucks away between the petitions, and I've got stuff hung on the petitions. And then We've got a sleeping area at the end here. It's a little bit chilly, but a hot water bottle tends to do the job, and it's nice and clean. I did jet wash it really well before we came, and Maggie didn't travel in this bit, she travelled in the middle. And then we'll go and venture outside. It used to be nice. Before Donut climbed on the tack locker, we had like a flat surface. This was a nice shelf, and then Donut climbed on, so we had to make it so that he could slide off, so he doesn't climb on anymore. So heading outside to camp, we've got cross country and dressage and show jumping times on the board out here, and then we have to watch out for the doggy hazards because they do have a tie-up point near to the door, so you don't quite want to get caught up. My dressage tack is here because that's the next phase, so it's going to have a quick spruce up since riding this morning. We've got the gazebo up. She did nearly blow away last night. It was quite a stress, but thankfully our next door neighbours came and rescued us while we were trying to get her put up, and now she's strapped down. Life's good. Got a table, got a plant pot, got more food everywhere. This is a cold box and it's full of food as well as Maggie's ice in here, so and booze. But don't worry, that will be saved for later on after we've competed. And then we'll go, this is just full of tack and equipment. I'm keeping my hay here at the back, so I've got steamed hay for Maggie, and then there's some haylage underneath the lorry, one haylage up at her stable. And then here is the time for me to say the biggest thank you to Vantrax for sponsoring this video. We're incredibly lucky to have the TRX-002 on loan for badminton thanks to the amazing team at Vantrax. Vantrax is a small family-run business based in Temple Combe, Somerset, specialising in adventure vehicle conversions. From Land Rover commercial seat conversions to a wide selection of gear for adventure vehicles, they've got everything you need to hit the road in style and comfort. One of their standout offerings is a tent box rental service, which has a great try before you buy option, where you can rent one for a trip, and if you love it, which you will, you can get a discount when you decide to buy. These are perfect for stay-away events or camps with a car and trailer, and honestly I wish we'd known about it before we got the lorry. The TRX-002 is packed with smart features, including a built-in camp hob, plenty of storage, and this brilliant bike storage system which kept our bikes secure and out of sight overnight. It's these thoughtful touches that make all the difference. And let's talk about the tent box. It was warm, cosy, and seriously comfy. It's a huge step up from sleeping on the ground in a tent, and I was genuinely surprised by how sturdy and well built it felt up there. I also have a super discount code, ELS Eventing 10, which will get you 10% off anything at Vantrax. The team is so friendly and helpful, I highly recommend them. If you are looking for a solution for staying away with your horse trailer, or if you like us needing to sleep extra people, then definitely check out Vantrax. Anyway, back with the tour. The last bit of the tour is our location, because I don't think it gets much better than this personally. Look at our view. Mom's literally been sat here earlier while I was riding Maggie in this morning, supervising, because we are right outside the dressage. Yeah, where everybody's looking pretty damn amazing. Looking incredible, and the sun's finally come out and it's not windy anymore, which is a relief, because I was quite alarmed about our 30 or 40-year-old gazebo, which I did not add into the tour. Come have a look at this. She's missing a piece, but it's okay because we have a mop handle and tape and cable ties, so it's all good. Anyway, I best get ready for dressage really.
You are like gold dust over me, just like an angel setting me free. Where are you now? Do you feel safe? I don't need an need some space. Don't let me darken your front door. That is not what I came here for. Do you still carry all that weight? Don't need an answer, just need a debate. Don't stop before it's over. The weight is off your shoulder. Everything we fear will go away. You said it's a promise. I said that I doubt that. I'm your only reason to stay. Darkness has robbed me of my sight. Hold on to what I believe in the light. Are you doing well? Do you feel fine? Don't need an answer, just need a sign. I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling good. Feeling like I never could. Wait for me, I'm almost there. Soon we're floating in the air. So let it go, just let it be. Why don't you be you and I'll be me? That's what it took to open my eyes. Don't need an answer, just some kind of reply. Some kind of reply. Don't need an answer, just some kind of reply.
Hello and welcome to my badminton dressage test. So warm up went really well. I was really chuffed with it. So Mum and I had headsets on. I obviously took it off for during the test, but we had headsets on, and then Mum was on a video call with Emily, who I've been training with, and she was watching and giving me suggestions, and I was able to give her feedback and say, oh, she feels like she's sort of falling on her forehand in the transitions or whatever, and Emily could give me suggestions. And then Emily stayed on the call as well, so Mum literally videoed my test for Emily and she watched it live. So it was really nice to have someone that invested. They beeped the horn really quickly. I didn't even get a full lap around the arena and I was straight away in down the centre line. So I've popped the marks up on screen for you at the end of each movement. You'll see as the speed of them comes up quicker and quicker as the test goes on, you see that there's sort of a lot of different moves to gain marks in. You'll also notice we have two judges because it's a championship test, one at C and one at E, so there's nowhere to hide really. But yeah, I felt really chuffed. Maggie has a bit of a tendency to shoot off with me down a centre line, and she didn't do that, so I was really proud of her. I was trying to keep her really active and engaged and really powerful throughout the test, and we really did seem to get rewarded for that with the scores. Noticed that she was slightly against the hand, and she also just had a little flick with her nose where she lost her balance there, but otherwise she's pretty stable in her contact. I feel like when she's in a slightly slower contact, it's easier to keep everything a little bit more still, but when I add the power, it adds more wow factor, and it definitely seems to be that we need the way to ride her. We've definitely got her much better with being off the forehand, and I was so proud of that medium trot. I was a little bit sad that we only got 6.5s because there was definitely difference shown, and actually it just says showing a few lengthened strides, so we definitely showed a few lengthened strides, but hey ho, the judges definitely weren't giving marks away this day because there was such a lot of real quality horses there. So she then did a lovely free walk, and I think I got penalised because my half circle wasn't quite round by the judge at sea, but she did definitely stretch, which was lovely to see, and we managed to avoid any jogging and had a lovely transition up to canter. I just felt like Maggie was really on side. She was really working quite hard to work with me and to be rideable, which, you know, you can't ask for any more than that. And you can see where we've been doing the work to try and get her more through and more uphill and stepping through behind. She's really doing that now, and she was good in a give and retake. In previous years, she's been known to sort of shoot off in the give and retake, so she's not truly in self-carriage, whereas we'd really improved all of that, and I was really, really proud of her. And then here I was riding a little bit of shoulder 4 to keep the balance back to the track, and it made such a big difference, and we were rewarded by the judge at sea with an 8 and a 7.5 at judge at E. So, you know, like, you can't ask for a huge amount more than that when you're at the championships. This is meant to be the best 100 horses in the country, really. So I was really, really proud of her. So here I'm preparing her, getting ready for the give and retake, doing little mini give and retakes, just saying, in a moment I'm going to drop you contact, so be prepared. And she was a really good girl. She stayed soft for that as well. And I felt like I managed to sort of show some good difference. Then I'm just sorting out the canter for this half circle back, and again I'll be riding a little bit of shoulder in to the right. You can actually just see it. I just tiny bit of shoulder in just to keep that balance, and then the trot just before R, and she was a really good girl there. So overall, really chuffed with her, really showing off her paces. I think there's a lot more to come from her in the dressage, because in January I didn't even have a saddle to train in, so I really can't complain. I just thought she tried hard. I feel like I've got somebody I can work with training wise now, and I've got my horse happy and on side. So yeah, very happy days. Good girl, Maggie.
Can't describe just how much I miss you whenever you're gone. I want you here beside me for eternity, shining your light like a sun. I try for you, baby, to take the higher road, to be someone you're proud of, but I've been lost lately. I don't know what is right or wrong. Ooh, I always like me better when I'm around you. Ain't no place I'd rather be. You got this energy that always surrounds you. It's everything I'll ever need. The devil on my shoulder's almost gone. Ooh, I always like me better when I'm around you, oh yeah. Call me some night when you got time. I won't be asleep anyway, 'cause I just need one reason to keep on breathing. Tell me you'll come back to stay. I try for you, baby, to take the higher road, to be someone you're proud of, but I've been lost lately. I don't know what is right or wrong. Ooh, I always like me better when I'm around you.
our score is when it comes through. Thank you. Bye.
I always like me better when I'm around you, oh yeah.
Dressage is done. Maggie's having a nice little snooze in the stable. She was a really good girl. And I thought I'd run you through a little course walk. So I didn't get to do the course walk with Yogi, as I mentioned before, but I have spun around it on the bikes with Mum. We just cycle outside the string, and Jade's come with me now so that we are able to have a chat about the course. So we'll start with the warm-up, which is right over there. You might or might not, depending on whether the car, be able to see the fences. It's very simplistic. There's just literally 3 jumps. So I'm going to be inventive and make her jump close to one flag so that she has the opportunity to run out left, close to the other flag so she has the opportunity to run out right. In theory, she should stay straight. And then I will jump them on the angle as well. And if she jumps them well like that, I'll probably only do that and a few gallops at the fences because she'll be warmed up from show jumping. Because I think I have literally an hour between show jumping and cross country, so it's going to be very rapid when we go to changing over tomorrow. So now onto the course. Start box is there, and it's lovely and spacious because I like to have a bit of a canter around outside the start box while I'm waiting for the countdown. So it's lovely and spacious, and that makes it really easy. What is also really great, and we didn't have the benefit of this last year, is we've got a really long run up. So it's quite a long way from the start box to fence 1, whereas last year I don't think there were 10 clean strides, to be honest. It was like bang, you were in it. So for Maggie, it's a real bonus, I think, to have that nice long run up. They've dressed this fence nicely. On the course walk app, I did wonder if it was going to be a little bit upright, but actually it's almost like a lovely ascending triple bar because your ground line's back here and your back rail's there. So it's a really nice first fence. And then we're heading on to fence 2 over there in the distance, which is a nice box. Had a nice long run from fence 1, and it's hard to see on the video, but the ground comes uphill slightly, and I'll be hugging the fence line just a little bit because when you look at the getaway for this fence, if I was going to jump it bang on square, there's actually string sending us in that direction, so it would waste time for me to jump it here and then have to turn. So it would be a much nicer line for her just to come here and jump minorly across it. It's barely an angle, but it's just enough to send me so that my getaway is looking really clear into the distance and not slowing us down. It's a nice box to get her up in the air, and it's a really inviting profile, so it should jump really nicely. I think it's the same as the one Donut jumped last year, and he popped over it really nice. We're running from fence 2, which is just behind that tree over there. Got quite a nice gallop again, but we now reach fence 3 and we've got our first question already. We've actually got a choice of where we're going on the ground, so it's hard to tell on the video how steep it is, but maybe if I stand at the bottom here, it's quite a steep slope that comes down. So we've got a choice here to either come down a slightly less steep slope here, which will make us run on the flat to the wall, but it will be pointing us off the course, or we can go on this route and come down here or down that steep bit, which actually points us straight towards fence 4, which is our next fence. And I think I'm leaning towards this route here. I think this is feeling more, rather than having to jump and manhandle her and turn her, I quite like that she can just sort of look where her feet are going and pop over the wall and the likes. But I haven't fully made a decision. This is my second time going around the course, and I think I'll walk it later by myself and probably make my decision then. So then we're going to this wall. It's fairly upright, but we've got a really nice base line here with the stones. And realistically, even though it's individually numbered, it is related to number 4. How we get our jump here will make a difference to how we jump there. So we need to make sure that we jump here well, sit up, add some power, rebalance, ready to go up that rise to 4. It's fence 4 now. Obviously there's been the wall. There's a little rise here, but actually we've got enough flat ground that life's good. I've always been told when I go up rises to ride forwards. You know, don't come up a rise pulling. That's the worst thing to be doing. So when I get up here, I want to ride forwards. And actually, compared to the app pictures, this fence is much nicer because I've popped some Christmas trees in. The back rail is actually quite wide, and it's not the widest fence in the world, so it's good. I mean, I do know with Maggie doesn't tend to do brushing, so the fence is that big, which is large enough, I think. But I think we'll get some nice air time. It'll be cool. Okay, we've run down the hill now from fence 4, and then we're going to be approaching this trachena. So I'm hoping for Maggie that she'll have really gained some confidence from the start of the course with being able to gallop in a straight line, and she'll hopefully be taking me a bit by now. I'm praying. So this is quite a beefy trachena, but what's nice is the log's quite big, so they don't really see the ditch. So what I'm going to be doing as a rider is I'm going to be riding to, I'll probably be looking at that tree with the blossom on it to keep my eyes up and my shoulders up. And what I'll also be doing is I'll let her gallop on after 4, but I will try and sit her up as the ground levels up and get a good context so she's not coming to it really strung out, because the worst thing that I don't want her to do is have to chip in here and not feel like she can, and then get a big old eyeful of the ditch, because it's fairly beefy. And last year it jumped really, really fantastically. But it came so much later in the course, so I do think the question here is, are they bold when they start out? Because we've not had that much time to get our blood up. We're at fence 5, so we need to sort of come out and crack on. Got to say as well, so there is a long route. Originally we thought maybe we could go around the way the 90s go and go the other side of the string, because you have to go all the way around to that fence with the tree root and you go over that bridge. But actually you can't, from where our jump is, you can't get round. So we're going to have to gallop down the hill, then turn left, then turn right and go and pop over that. So realistically, I don't want to be doing that unless I've had a stop, because it's really going to upset her rhythm. So my plan is to look up at those lovely blossom trees, keep my leg on, keep my shoulders on, support her, and hopefully we have a nice jump. Once we've flown over that trachena with utmost confidence and Maggie's towing me along, having the nicest time of her life, hopefully, we then have a bit of a gallop round, and we have this combination. First combination on the course, but definitely not first question in my eyes. So we have this roll top, which is a lovely sort of attacking fence, and then we look at takeoff, because we're going to be taking off here. It looks like we're just going to jump into the abyss. So Maggie's going to have to be a really brave girl and trust me, because there is actually somewhere for her feet to go down on the other side. And then we've got sort of our landing space that's on the flat, and then we're straight down into a decline in slope. So it's going to be quite a steep slope down. I'm imagining it will come quite fast. I'll try to go into that fence in quite a steady canter. I'm not going to gallop at it. And then to me, the right hand side of this fence is looking most inviting and most direct, especially for my ride away. So I'm just going to ride her straight and over this. Depending on how we jump that depends on how we get here. I might have had to slip my reins, and then I'm really going to have to trust Maggie's training that she's going to be okay at staying straight at this fence. So I'll be strong, right leg, whipping right hand, not that it tends to make a difference to Maggie anyway, and keeping my shoulders square. We're at number 7. I feel like this is our reward for our hard work back there. Hopefully this is going to be like a beautiful fence to jump. It's a nice steeplechase fence. We can gallop at it. It's got a great ground line. It's really soft and brushy, and we should fly over it. Something to bear in mind is we are going a little bit downhill, so don't sort of take it for granted and let them get on the forehand and the like. But yeah, I'm hoping this will be really nice before we come to quite a tough question next. Had a nice corner to set us up on the way here, so that will really make us sit up. But this is another combination. It's quite, I feel like the course is going to be very intense. The galloping's great, it's right out in the country, but there is a lot of combinations or related fences on the course. So we have a choice here. We can either jump in here and go straight A to B. What is hard to appreciate is the hollow in the middle. So there's quite down and up in between A and B, and obviously there's a tree to crash into as well. So the more direct route would definitely be to jump right side of A and right side of B. The less direct route, but I still think it's tough, would be to jump in over A on the angle here, come outside the tree to ride to B. And I honestly haven't made a decision on which line I want to ride. I want to listen to the Yogi voice notes on the Course Walks app, because I think that'll be insightful. He'll have something useful to say about it. Now we've got a nice gallop round, and we're here at what used to be a ditch brush combination, but they made it like a chicana. And actually, to me, it looks really nice. Just a post and rail, eyes up, don't even bother about this ditch, and ride for the ride away. I could easily complicate it, but they're going to see it as a ground rail. And what I'm really pleased about is we practiced this at home in the arena on Maggie last week, maybe 10 days ago, and she literally flew over it and we had a much sharper angle. So I'm hoping, touching wood, she should just take it on and gallop. I'm really hoping this course will build some confidence for her, like in her ability to go cross country, so fingers crossed. After that nice chicane, we're coming to another combination. We've got this fence. I think I'll just pop in over it on the angle. It's quite beefy, not gonna lie. You can't see what you're gonna do with landing. There's a fairly steep hill, not as steep as 6, but steep enough to jump over. So I'm gonna be quite bold in. She can always put her back legs down on the brush, that's okay. And then we're just gonna ride on straight down the hill, but gonna be body back, support her balance, half halts, but then make sure to ride forwards at element B. Fence 11 now, so we're at this lovely one. I think it's called a draise. I would call it a hay cart. Nice fence, nice profile. Got this to back you off so it's not too upright. The thing I will be looking at when I walk my course is which side of this tree I go on approach. Outside is more more straight, I guess, but inside would shave off a few seconds. So I will walk this whole course on foot to decide my lines that I'll be riding, and just never taking anything for granted, making sure that we ride this fence as importantly as we ride one of the scary combinations. So from the drays we then gallop on, and we've got the iconic like box cornery combination that I built at home. So the direct route is to jump across the corner of this box, and your B element is there, so it's a slight curving line around the tree for it. The long route is to jump this square, and then you will have to loop round through those trees and tree stumps to this fence over here, which then sends you in the wrong direction for your getaway, so you then have to loop around again. So it's going to waste a lot of time. I do hope Maggie will read this, so in my head, unless she's having a really horrid time and I really don't want to put a question like the corner at her, I intend on jumping that corner, because actually I think it will upset her rhythm to have to effectively do a 15-metre circle halfway around cross country. So we'll pop over this corner. It's actually quite inviting in my eyes. Hopefully she'll read it, but there's a big bit to point at and jump, and then we've just got this curving line. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the line I've just walked is quite an attacking line, which should be okay for Maggie. If I wanted to get a bit closer to this, I just need to shave in towards the tree a little bit more. Big box is skinny, make sure she stays straight, but should make a nice jump over it. Last time I was being chased by a dog as we jumped it, so hopefully it won't be as hard as that. Here's fence 13 for wishing well. Let up fence. It's still skinny, still needs to be respected. It's got a base on it which could be spooky, but hopefully should be one that we pop over and doesn't take too much time or too much thought process. 14, another let up fence. So this is a great opportunity for us to have a breather before we sort of, I'm guessing, are in the crowds probably already, but especially head into the crowds as we head towards the water. Big box, it's a beefy enough fence, but it should give us a great feel, and just doing this because it looks cool. A combination here at fence 15, and I really like this first fence. It's funny actually, because when I went for my last cross country tune up with Simon, he had a quick look through the course pictures and we saw this one and he said that'll jump really nice, and I think it will. It'll get them up in the air. But the question here is this is probably quite an attacking fence, but then we have an accuracy question to come to at the B element with the corner. So we do want a big bold jump in here, but we need to be able to come back through our gears to get to that B element and make sure that we're not going to have a glance off or just run straight past it. So when I'm coming over this, I'll not shut the canter down too much, and then I'll make sure she has a nice jump over this, but already be eyes on B and turning my body and shoulders to show her that she's got a turn coming. Oh, and they've added another jazzy question in for us, I'd say, because that is built on a half stride. So we either need to work on wider or more direct. Hello, future Evie just jumping it, and I've actually come down. It's about 6 a.m. at the moment of jumping day, and I've come back to this combination because I didn't know how I was going to ride it, but I do now. So what I'm going to do is, having spoken to some fellow competitors and done a bit of pondering myself as well, because I haven't actually spent much time pondering at the course, I'm going to jump in on the angle here, jump in directly towards the corner, and then there's a lovely 4 strides. So we have a plan. We're heading down to the iconic Badminton Lake at this stage, and as we approach this fence you can see that they can't tell if they're going to land on dry land or water until probably this point, really, maybe slightly further back because Maggie's a bit taller than I am, but you're going to be quite close. So for me, on Maggie, who's a little bit aquaphobic, I will be keeping the energy up and the engine going to make sure she stays straight and bold to the water, because it would be really annoying to have a stupid stop here. So she'll definitely be ridden quite strongly in. Nice profile of this fence, good pop in, and then we're going to be jumping the brush on the far side there. So we'll be coming through the water, and I'll be wanting to take a fairly wide line. I'm not paddling in now because I'm in trainers. Fairly wide line to get myself straight and square for that brush, because fence 17 is most definitely related to our B element of the water. And once we come round here, I'm going to want to be in the middle, and there's quite a rise up. So as you can see, it's quite a daunting look at the fence from down here. So we want to be really positive up this slope to get a good punchy pop off the floor and jump over it, because then we're heading to the brush corner on the right hand side there at fence 17. And from this you come down a bit of a slope, so I think that's just going to carry you down a little, and we've got a nice curve. So I'll ride straight for a little while, and then I'll be using my outside aids, my right leg, right hand, to bring her round and not let her fall out through her shoulder, and get her nice and straight for this brush. And then we come up this rise, so then we can start riding a bit punchier and eyes up and ahead. It's kind of a brush corner, kind of not. Hopefully get a nice jump over it. We're at the Lemaire saddles here. Iconic jump as always. Jump it like a roll top. I don't really know what else to say about it. Respect it still. It's a beautiful fence, beautifully carved, and it's going to be a great picture opportunity with the house. Since the Lemaire fence, there's been a lot of galloping time down to here, but there's also been like the trees and quite narrow to get in. But we've got this really nice, I'm just checking in case it was the 90, really nice roll top to pop over, and we're definitely on our way home now. So making sure that they stay awake, stay alert, even though they're galloping, and if they're coming off the bridle, just make sure that we're just sitting them up a little bit. So final combination on course, but we're definitely not home and dry until we're through here and over the last two. We've got these fairly upright white rails. This one's not so upright as our A element. And then we've got a curving line to the B element. I don't know what stride it walks on. Like a decent 2, but you've got quite an upright gait. We've got a ground rail to set us back a little and some nice flowers. But you definitely don't want to be disrespecting this. You need to have your shoulders up, be riding them around the corner on your outside aids, not just wangling them around on the inside rein, because that'll make them lose their balance and struggle to get up in the air nice and square. And we just want to jump this like a show jump. But obviously, if our clock is bleeping at us incessantly like a chimp, we're going to want to go through fast, but you can't. You've got to respect this. You need to pop over that, ride nicely, still have your leg on so that they get the energy to jump over it, but definitely not galloping flat out at it, no matter how much my watch is beeping. Penultimate fence on course, and we're not celebrating till we're over the finish line, but we're feeling pretty great at getting here. We've got this lovely log with a nice ground rail, and it's fairly related to fence 22, the last fence on course, so we'll just head over there to have a chat about it. I've always been told that no matter whatever the last fence is, always make sure your horse has a good jump over it, because it is the lasting impression that they're going to have for the rest of the course for next time you go out, because it's the last jump you do. So it's a bit smaller for the meter, so it'd be very easy to disrespect it, but definitely make sure that they sit up and they have a really nice jump over before pushing for the finish line so that we go inside the time. Good girl. Goodness gracious me, what a day. It's been a fabulous day. I'm so proud of my amazing girlie. She tried so hard for me, and I feel like the dressage is really on its way back. Like, we're getting better again, which is great. Massive thank you to my trainer Emily, because she warmed me up on video call, which was just so helpful. I've had 3 lessons with her now, and then obviously my warm-up today, and I feel like we're really making some good progress, which is great. I'm just so over the moon and proud of my gorgeous girl, and I think this is an ideal time, because I think the video is getting quite long already, so this is an ideal time to sign off, and we will come back again in another vlog for the jumping phases, which are happening tomorrow. We've got a jam-packed day tomorrow, so show jumping I think is at 10 to 10, and I'll finish cross country before 11, so yeah, busy day. So I'm gonna sign off. You can check back in the next vlog to see how we got on. Wish us luck, make sure you're subscribed, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.